Welcome back, dear viewers. Tourists from all over the world come to visit the Egyptian Museum of Antiquities and, of course, in Tahrir, dear viewers, the oldest archaeological museum in the Middle East. Centrally located on the edge of Tahrir Square in Cairo, the Egyptian Museum is hard to miss on any tour of Cairo. Opening in 1902, it was purpose-built to house the antiquities of ancient Egypt. Inside is the greatest collection of ancient Egyptian archaeological history in the world. Although many artifacts, dear viewers, were transferred to other museums, the Museum of Antiquities still dazzles all the world. And in this context, dear viewers, we have with us two very special tourists from Germany, and it's all a pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. And it's a pleasure to bump on you and ask you some questions. I'd like to start off with, is this your first time to visit Egypt?
For me it is. I think for you it's not.
No, I was here several times before.
You came, how many times did you come?
Like 10 times?
10 times?
Yeah.
And you still come to Egypt?
Yes.
What brings you to Egypt again after 10 times?
At the moment, I'm at the AUC, the university in Cairo, to give some lectures there, talks there.
Okay, you're here for some time and you're leaving, or you work here in Egypt?
I'm here for 2 months in total. Yeah. And
Have you visited any other archaeological and historical sites in Egypt prior to coming to the museum?
So, prior to coming to this museum, yes, we have. We were just at the pyramids, but we will, yes, today. But we will be visiting more tomorrow. Yep.
How impressive was the pyramids today when you went to the pyramids and visited?
Very impressive.
As one of the seven wonders of the world, how did you see the pyramids today when you went and visited?
That's a very good question, first of all. So we approached from the entrance that is by the bus stop. So I think it opens up quite beautifully. That you first see, I believe, the biggest pyramid initially, and then the other ones behind the major ones. So that's how we approached. We came very early in the morning, so that's a very good time, I think, to visit the pyramids.
Okay. You, after 10 times, probably took him over there. What was your impression? No impression today. What was your impression when you came the first time?
when I came the first time, I was still a little child with my family, and I have very strong memories of like climbing into the pyramids and going to the tunnel, and I loved it. I loved it, and it's still great. Even after so many years, it's great to be back and go in the pyramids, knowing that they are 4,500 years old.
Okay, how does the Egyptian Museum compare to those sites in terms of artifacts and information presented here at the museum?
How does it compare to the pyramids, or
to all the other sites that you visit?
Oh, it's just great because you can see so many things of different periods in one place. Like, it's not just one period, but it's like all the history of Egypt. So this is fantastic. And I also love the fact that the museum is rather old. So you can also see how the artifacts were presented, like at the time it was built. So I enjoy that a lot.
Are there any specific artifacts or exhibits you're hoping to see during your visit to the Egyptian Museum today?
I think Aliana is better to answer this one. I've been told there's very nice sandals.
But you forgot.
I told him that what is special about Egypt is that a lot of like materials that, for example, in Germany would never be preserved, because in Germany the climate is too wet, so we don't have sandals or like clothes that are thousands of years old, but you have that here. So I find that just amazing.
What aspects of ancient Egyptian history or culture are you most interested in exploring at the Egyptian Museum? You would answer?
I'll take this one. I'm quite interested in the agricultural side of the history. Ariana is very interested in the religious or government side, but I'm fascinated by how the Nile served to feed so many people.
Yeah, I think everything like related to like art and religion, I think is very interesting. And I'm very much looking forward to showing him like the things from Tutankhamun's tomb, because they're unique. They're world famous. Everyone knows them, and you will see them.
Okay, what do you find most fascinating about the preservation of ancient Egyptian artifacts?
Well, I think as Ariane, well, I can answer it, but it's her answer. So, so as Ariane said, I think there's the uniqueness of the climate that preserves things for much longer. All the paintings in the pyramids that they're, more than 5,000 years old in part, that they can still be preserved. I think that's very unique. In Europe, I think the oldest that you have in some French dungeons is maybe around the turn of the century. So it's yeah, it's extreme.
How long have you been here during this trip?
In the museum,
No, of course not in Cairo, in
museum
Egypt.
4 minutes. In Cairo, 3 days.
4 minutes and we started with you.
Very effective.
Where else were you? How long?
So far, we've been to Zamalek in some of the city gates in.
So you went to the pyramids in the morning?
And the days before we went to like old Islamic Cairo. So,
You went to Al Hussein Mosque?
we went to Bain al Asrin and several mosques, and we went to the Citadel and Hussein Mosque and the Rifa Mosque. And yeah, that's what we did yesterday.
Did you go to Mu'azz Street when you went to Hussein Mosque?
We which street?
Mu'azz Street?
Yes. We did that.
What did you like in Mu'azz Street?
A lot. It was just fantastic. All the like old mosques and palaces, and yeah, it's so many wonderful things you can see here.
How do you like the hospitality of the Egyptian people?
I mean, that is very true. She knows much more. That's true. No, it's exactly. It's like you can't blame me. No, it's no, it's been fantastic. I think for everywhere from the restaurants to walking in the city to now at the pyramids, I think it is extremely welcoming. I think the American University as well was very open and overall a great experience.
Oh, the American University, because you went with her.
I cannot comment. That could be the answer. I don't know.
Food, when it comes to Egyptian Oriental food, what was the most delicious plate that you really love eating here in Egypt?
So far, it's a good question. Many very tasty things. I think, well, we had a fantastic breakfast at Kufus near the pyramids just now, but I think the most. What was the name of the dish we had in the university? The
Shawarma?
No, it's not shawarma. The
Fool, falafel, bamia,
tamaya.
طعمية. Then it's in the falafel, yes. It's طعمية, yes. But this we take in breakfast mostly here in Egypt. Did you take it for breakfast at the American University?
Yes.
What else?
I
Did
mean,
you like the Egyptian pigeons? Did you like the Egyptian molokhia?
I find the pigeons very beautiful to look at. We haven't eaten any. The whole. I mean, the whole tagine concept. A lot of aubergine-based dishes. I think that's fantastic. But no pigeons so far, and probably there won't be any.
But you have to try the pigeons. Yes, we have a very famous restaurant that makes pigeons. I'm going to tell you the name after the interview. You have to try of course you tried the aubergine, which is the مسقعة in Egyptian. We say, what's the name we call in Egypt? Did you try the bamia or okra?
Yeah, we had that. Yeah, it's really good. Like an tagine with okra. Yeah, really nice.
And the rice with the
Vermicelli noodles. The rice with the vermicelli noodles. I love that. I love it. So good. I remember that even when I was a child, when I was very little. I remember the rice with the noodles. That this was the best. I love that.
What else did you like in Egypt, and that you're really fond of, and do you intend to come back to Egypt again? And what are you gonna go back to Germany and tell your friends and family about Egypt?
So should I start or?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I will just tell them how culturally rich and diverse the country is. Like as I said, like you have the old Islamic part, you have the Coptic part, you have the Pharaonic ancient Egypt. So you have all that, and then very good food and very lovely people, like wonderful people, so friendly and helpful, like supportive. Nice, always smiling, always being welcoming, and that just makes one happy every day just to be with the people here, I think.
Your impression?
Well, apart from everything that Ariane said, also the infrastructure overall, I think, was surprisingly nice for a city of this size. Of course, getting around takes time, but that's just distance. But the entire process from the airport to getting into the cities and getting out of the city was better than I would have expected for a city of this magnitude.
So at the end of the day, your trip to Egypt was an experience that's worth you come again, and you tell all your family and friends to come back. That tourism in Egypt is different, of course.
Definitely. It's like I keep coming back for 10 times, so I will continue that.
What about this stability and security from your point of view?
The perception is that it's safe. Of course, there is the whole culture of bakshish and approaching people. That is something that is newer to I think Germans and probably Europeans. But the feeling of safety overall is very good.
Yeah.
Yes, when a country with a population of 100 million people, with this security and stability and this huge number of people with different nationalities living in Egypt, I think that we're very well stable and secure, because you can move all around Egypt all the time at any time of the day and you're fine.
Yeah, that is exactly my experience. So I just spent a lot of time walking around in the city completely alone, and everyone was just very helpful, even when I lost my way and I was like not at the touristy parts anymore. Everyone was super supportive and helped me, and I felt always super safe. Yeah.
And you same, security and stability?
Yes, also felt very safe.
You really impressed me with this interview. I'm so happy that we have a really wonderful German tourists that love our country, and we are always Egyptian proud citizens, and you made me even prouder. Thank you very much for this wonderful interview. You made my day today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was very lovely to meet you.
My utmost pleasure.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.